Hi everyone, it's Buy One for Matter again. Um, I'm gonna display the rare and mythic hits from my second collector booster box for Magic the Gathering Duskmourn House of Horror. Um, so there's a big chunk of hits to get through. Um, Head Shredder. So this is one of my favorites. It's gonna be able to do some crazy land mill stuff. Unid- Unidentified hover ship, balustrade worm, doomsday excruciator, entity tracker, and an entity tracker again, but not foil. Enduring innocence. So there's a cycle of these enduring creatures in here. So basically, they're enchantment creatures. They come in with an ability, and if they die, they come back as an enchantment and not a creature. So uh, you can make them last a while. Enduring tenacity, ghostly dancers, glitch interpreter, Kona rescue beastie. So at the beginning of your second main phase, if Kona Rescue Beastie is tapped, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. So it's a nice cheat if you can either safely attack with it or tap it down. Marina Vendrell. So this is the room card. So when it enters, reveal the top 7 cards of your library and put um, all enchantment cards from among them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. And then you can tap to lock or unlock doors. So that's a quick way of getting deep into the room shenanigans. Omnivorous Flytrap. Another. And the regular foil. Okay, so this one is special. I think this is Overlord of the Flood something or other. And this is the Japanese version of the Japanese foil version of the card. I actually don't know what it's worth because I couldn't look it up. There wasn't an example of it yet in TCG Player. But they had a listing for the English version of this. And I don't know if these Japanese ones are going for a premium or if they take a slight hit. They're rare in the English boosters, at least. They're hard to get in the English boosters. Um, Overlord of the Flood Pits, yeah. So this is the extended art version of it. Extended art foil version of Overlord of the Hotwoods, which is an interesting one that makes these everywhere land tokens that are every basic uh, land type. Phenomenon investigators. The truth is out there. Rip Spawn Hunter. Screaming Nemesis in foil. And in non-foil, Soaring Lightbringer. Star Athlete. The Jolly Balloon Man. The Jolly Balloon Man in foil. The Lord of Pain. Borderless foil. The Mind Skinner. So that's a Millerama card. Toby Beastie Befriender. Twitching Doll, extended art foil. Just extended art. Unstoppable Slasher foil. Valgavoth, Terror Eater in foil. So this is one of the big cards in the set. And it's got a ridiculous ward cost on it. Sacrifice 3 non-land permanents, so it's very unlikely to be easily targeted. And if a card you didn't control would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it. So you're hosing people's graveyard strategies. And then you also get to, during your turn, you may play cards exiled with Valgavoth. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to the mana value rather than pay its mana costs. So you hose graveyard strategies, you get a pool of exiled cards that you can pay life to cast. So it's kind of brutal. Victor Valgavoth Seneschal. Zamon, Mystery Unraveler. Whenever a land you control enters Manifest Dread, if this is the first time the ability is resolved this turn, otherwise you may turn a permanent you control face up. So there's all kinds of, newly refreshed face down card strategies, so that could be a fun angle on that. So one of the rooms, which are a new type of enchantment for this set. You can cast one side or the other to get it out, and to cast it and unlock the room. So the central elevator, when you unlock this door, search your library for a room card that doesn't have the same name as a room you control, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. So you find yourself the room that you're looking for. And then Promising Stairs, at the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. You win the game if there are 8 or more different names among unlocked doors of rooms you control. So I'm wondering, that might not be too difficult to pull off. I'm not sure. So it depends on if people are really on the ball with removal or not. Demonic Covenant. So whenever one or more demons you control attack a player, you draw a card and lose a life. And at the beginning of your end step, create a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying, then mill 2 cards. And then there's kind of a thing that if 2 cards that share the same card types were milled this way, then you sacrifice Demon Covenant. So you run the risk of it going away. A sack outlet here with into the pit. So look at the top card of your library anytime. And you may cast spells from the top of your library by sacrificing an online permanent in addition to paying the other costs. There's a bunch of ley lines. There's a ley line of hope. The ley line of mutation. Yeah, I'll have to pay attention to this, that I don't know that the 5-color thing is... I'm assuming it must synergize with something else in the set, but I don't know. But it's not something that I paid attention to. I haven't seen it yet. Ley line of mutation again. And the normal version in foil. Ley line of resonance. So whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only a single creature you control, copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy. So that's one of the ones that can come in handy. Mirror Room and Fractured Realm. So Mirrored Room, when you unlock this door, create a token that's a copy of a target creature you control, except it's a reflection in addition to its other types. And then the Fractured Realm is if a triggered ability of a permanent you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Restricted Office and Lecture Hall. So when you unlock this door, destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater, or other permanents you control have hexproof. Okay, that's just the non-foil version. And this is the regular foil version. Okay, the Roller Crusher Ride in foil. So there's a lot of Delirium cards in the set. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player, while there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard, it deals double the damage instead. And when it enters, it deals X damage to each of up to X target creatures. They came from the pipes, so Manifest Dread, and you get card draw off of your Manifest Dread face down cards coming in. Come Back Wrong, so removal. Demonic Council. So this is a tutor. Disorienting Choice. It's such wall text, I'm not reading it. Formless Genesis. So Changeling, create an XX colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling and Death Touch, where X is the number of land cards in your graveyard, and then it has Retrace on top of that. Redress Fate. Split Up. Valgavas Onslaught. So this is a way of kind of maximizing some Manifest Dread shenanigans and getting some tokens on top of them, so they're less likely to be removed before you can turn them face up. Blazemire Verge, borderless foil, so comes in on tapped, taps for a color, and can tap for the other color if you've got the Swamper Mountain. And Rustwood Verge is for, it's the white Selesnya version of that, green and white. The Gruul version, Thornspire Verge. And Valgavas Lair, which is a hex-proof enchantment land. Enters tapped, but you choose a color, and then it adds mana of the chosen color. So the color fixing land. Yeah. So depending on how that Japanese, let's see, Overlord. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about this one. At least it's special in that it was hard to get in this set. So how much that translated into value, I'm not positive, but it's a decent. That one's a solid hit, and I'm sure there was other stuff in here as well. But yeah, so that was my second box. I got a whole case, so there's actually 6 boxes. So I will see you for the next one. Thanks. Bye.